Welcome to our gathering this afternoon. My name's Marian Palmer, and I am excited to be sharing with you some of the wonderful possibilities in life because of redox signaling molecules and ASEA. My friend Jerry and his wife Marcia introduced me to ASEA 8 years ago, and I was intrigued because I was about 70 and I wondered if this could make a difference in my health, in how I felt, my energy, and I was intrigued with possibilities of anti-aging. And now, 10 years, I feel younger, I'm stronger, I'm healthier. And you know, it's sad because my siblings, my cousins, my friends who are my age, they aren't able to do the hiking and kayaking, and I want everyone to know about it and have the opportunity to make a choice, and choose health is what I would recommend. But I also want to tell you that these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. What they do is make our signaling stronger and more vibrant so our bodies can do wonderful things to heal itself. And today we have a wonderful team of friends. You're going to be hearing their stories, and we're going to start with Rhoda, who's going to be sharing about a video. So Rhoda, I'll hand it over to you.
You'll need to unmute, Rhoda.
Yes, I got it. It told me. Hi, I'm Rhoda Ingstead, and I was introduced to ASEA by Gloria Liebecker. And at the time, I was a paraplegic, and she told me that she found a product that was going to help me walk. And at this time, I am using a walker to walk, and so she was right. And I'm glad that I started on redox. The video today is called ASEA Scientific Credibility, a Commitment to Safety and Efficacy. And all that means is that, because it was one of the things that I was really intrigued with when I started with ASEA, was that they talk about their integrity and their desire to help others. And they do research, and it's high quality. And that's one of the things that also got me to want to try redox. And so here's the video.
ASEA has always been a company that wants to invest in research and development. Since we began the company in 2008, it's a small group of people working hard to bring something that we knew was important to the people of the world. Our fundamental strategy has always been to invest in research, to show people that we're not afraid of saying what this product is and what it does. We knew that there were amazing results that people are having, but we also knew that we were at the cutting edge of the technology. With that, we had to be able to provide evidence or the science to show not only that the testimonials are true, but why are they true?
One of the most impressive things about working with ASEA, and one of the reasons why I agreed to join the Scientific Advisory Committee, is the fact that ASEA is dedicated to performing the highest quality science in the field. ASEA has been successful at reaching out and making partnerships with researchers that are experts in their area of disease research or scientific research.
When we look at doing research and finding someone to partner with, it's very important that we not only find someone who's an expert in their field, who's open to new ideas because this is a cutting-edge technology, but also those who we feel hold high morals and high ethics. One example would be Dr. Kenneth Ward at the genetics company.
Dr. Ward is board certified in 4 areas of medicine. He is at the forefront of genetic medicine in and of itself, and his life work has been devoted to understanding the genetic mechanisms and genetic reasons behind disease.
One of the reasons that we decided to partner with Dr. Ward, not only of course because he's a phenomenal researcher, and not only because he has a phenomenal lab and amazing people that work with him, but because his philosophy and ours were very compatible. We want to make a difference. Dr. Ward, his time and his effort are there to actually help make a difference in the world.
The study was designed in collaboration with ASEA and Torrid Labs to look at 60 participants and evaluate genetic changes between folks that were taking ASEA redox and those that were taking saline as a placebo control. This study was of the highest scientific caliber as it was executed, not only for ASEA, but also utilizing the Torrid Laboratory, which is an expert in genetic testing. What's important and very interesting about this study that's been performed is that the 20 to 31% changes in gene transcription activity in the ASEA redox group are genes that are attributed to not just structural components of the cell, but they actually touch regulatory, cell signaling, and metabolic pathway activity. 8 weeks later, after stopping taking of ASEA redox, the same experimental procedure was performed. And what they found was that the levels in transcription went back to 0. Went back to what they were at the study start.
I think when you look at what ASEA has done in terms of the research, the production, the investment, and you compare that to a lot of other companies in the nutrition world altogether, I think we stand alone. To be honest, I really do. I think this new research, it points us in a direction that we're very happy with. One of the wonderful things about the results of this study is that it begins to open our eyes more to what the product does at a genetic level. And so being able to look and see what the ASEA redox group is experiencing, seeing these genes move is a very important thing. It helps us to see really what functions, what systems of the body are being helped. And I think for one of the first times since the beginning of the company, we can now point directly to things that are occurring that lead to benefits. And we're really excited that there were things that were occurring to help point not only to, yes, the product is doing something versus say the placebo, but the product is doing things where it should be. That it's actually a signaling molecule affecting signaling pathways within the body.
Here we go. Give me a second while I get my mouse to work for me. There we go. So my name is Gloria Leibecker, and I was introduced to redox through Marian Palmer. She reached out to me on social media and was just curious about me. She genuinely wanted to know more about me and what it was that I was passionate about in life. She quickly then introduced me to Jerry and Marcia White. And after getting to look at videos that I couldn't stop looking at because I got so excited about what I was finding, I have been on this path now for about 11 months. And I am experiencing a lot of new things. I did go through this last year, 2 different rounds with that that bug that's been out there that nobody's enjoyed for the last couple of years. And it really knocked me down for a while. But what I did was I persevered with my redox and with using the nebulizer and staying steady and consistent. It starts to make the difference that you really want to experience. So it's really important that we continue to follow the protocols and be consistent, because when we're consistent, we experience change. I also got to go to the convention this year, and that is where I got to meet other team members under Jerry White. And so it was really fun to get to meet new people that I hadn't met before. Hold on again. Here we go. And I got to meet Kyle and his wife, Heidi. They also are with Jerry, but they are not on this side of the States. I'm on the Washington side. And Kyle has his own business consulting service, and his desire has been to be a good steward of what God has blessed him with. And he wants to help other people live out what God has taught Kyle through his word. I love the 4 F's he has in his logo, because as he says, they're a constant reminder to him of his 4 favorite charities, which are his daughters. I really resonate with that. Kyle graduated in 1983, and he was often told he should be in that helping industry. So the consulting, teaching, and coaching aspects of his work, Kyle finds very fulfilling. And he's such a warm person, easy to get to know. He loves seeing people realize for themselves how to be good stewards of their resources, and that has become his passion. He loved sports in his youth and wanted to be a pro basketball player. And while that didn't quite materialize, he did get to be on some winning high school and collegiate championships and had a blast doing it. Now, his favorite things away from the office is, of course, spending time with his wife, Heidi, with their family, playing golf, listening to music, and attending the various cultural activities in the area. So help me give a warm welcome to Kyle and Heidi. You want to go ahead and unmute yourself there?
Okay, hello. Well, thank you. And obviously this is Heidi. And yes, we do attend different cultural events. In fact, we have one we will go to right after this locally here. Spend some time out tonight. Of course, it's 6:45 here, and you're all in different time zones. But yes, we're thank you for inviting us. It was real nice of you to do that. We've had an interesting, I guess 5.5, I really need to pin down exactly when it was, but I think it was like 5.5 years ago now that I was introduced to ASEA by a man that Jerry had sponsored here on the west side of Indianapolis. And I had to go see him for something else, but then he brought up the whole concept of the redox material with me, and I thought, well, that's interesting. And the guy knew he had a pharma background, so I knew I could. I knew his credibility was there, and so it just so happened that my initial concern was about using the gel on a skin condition that would reappear every spring because of the sun. And I had gotten sunburned badly 10 years ago. And so I started using the gel on right here where that was. And within 2 weeks, it went away.
Wow.
And it's never come back. And so that caught my attention initially. In addition to the fact that I have been dealing with sugars and over the last 15 years. And because of that, I had, collateral damage, if you will, of all kinds. And so it's been a 5.5-year journey, but especially the last 12 to 18 months, as our lives have gotten to where they are, and I've learned more, getting down in the weeds, as I say, with Redox and with Jerry, and spent a lot of time talking to him over the last 4 years in various ways, and so I've got a list of what I call Kyle's Redox successes. It's now over 20 items long. Nice. And so that's a very, very quick Cliff Notes version of it. And I'll come back and touch on more, but I'll let Heidi say a few things.
So my journey has been a lot shorter. I let Kyle do his thing, but then I saw some of his results. So I started drinking the product. I'm still teaching school, and there are long weeks with children. I'm teaching the younger grades. I'm going to do 3rd grade this year. And the first thing I noticed when I got on the redox molecules was I would get to Friday afternoon and my coworkers, who are much, much younger than me, would be complaining about it being Friday night, and they were all out of energy. And I thought, I can keep going. So that was the first really strike it home for me. I've had some skin issues, some rogue cells on my face, and I had a procedure, dermatology procedure, to remove one earlier this summer, and I used the gel. It was stitches, and
You could lean up to the
yeah, I
camera
don't
there.
know. You basically can't really see
Yeah.
my 6 weeks later, you can barely see my scars. So it's done very well. There's a whole skincare line that I'm thrilled about. It's all natural ingredients. And it's I have sensitive skin, and it feels good. I've seen results on dark pigmentation on my face. I'm a freckled girl. So I've seen some really great results with the skincare line. I've been thrilled with it. And it's just my skin feels a lot healthier than it did back at convention time. So
May I ask, how much redox are you drinking, Heidi?
I'm drinking 8 ounces a day.
Mhm.
Kyle drinks about twice a day.
12. I'm drinking 12 right now, because I brought my kidney function up. In fact, I just had my kidney function was lower level stage 2 a little over a year ago at 64, and just 3.5 weeks ago I redid my blood work, and it's up at 91, which is
Normal.
in the normal range. So that was good. My eyes are so much better. In fact, they're even better than when I got my prescription redone 2 months ago. And even the last few days, I'm noticing even better clarity on the fine print, even on my iPad and little things. I don't have to blow things up like I did. I also had I haven't even told Heidi this yet. Just this morning, I took a picture of a little bit of a bald spot on the back of my head that I haven't been as diligent, but I did in last month and versus today. And there's a difference, a decent amount of difference in the hair on the back of my head just from the last 6 weeks.
Oh, cool. That's
So,
super cool.
I don't live for my hair, but us guys don't typically. But plus, I have had much improvement up here too, and I just use it here and there for different things. But it's just been so wonderful. And the things I'm going through right now with, and the things I'm learning, my triglycerides, my cholesterol keep coming down, and those all have to do with sugars.
Mhm.
So one of these days I'm going to see it all go away. So
Yeah, that's great. So let me just see, I'll open it up to, are there any questions that people in the community would like to ask either Kyle or Heidi? You can either just unmute yourself or you can raise your hand.
I'd like to talk to Heidi. I had the same situation with my face, but it was before I knew about ASEA. And even though it was several years later, the scar has really dissipated on my face. So was your doctor surprised with how quickly you recovered and how beautifully you recovered?
Well, so when they did my surgery, they used dissolving stitches.
Okay.
Not been back to see him. I'm sure he would be shocked. We've been taking pictures weekly and I'm shocked. I was very apprehensive going into the procedure because it's our face.
Mhm.
I've never been one to use a lot of makeup or feel like I need to be a beauty queen, but it's our face. So
Mhm.
it's very apprehensive. So I'm thrilled with the results because people don't even notice it now. They don't notice that I even had a procedure. So
Yeah, we just were at a networking event last night, and some other folks that are in a different aspect of the health business were amazed that, and when we showed them the pictures from 6 weeks ago, and then they saw her face right next to her last night. I'm like, whoa. So we're going to be talking to them about this.
yeah, just for, so Marian, you probably know when they do those surgeries, they say your scar will change over the next year to year and a half. So I thought that was a very long period of time. And I'm thrilled with 6 weeks later, I don't feel like I have too much evidence left.
No, you really.
Well, I love that you took pictures, and I think that that's really so important because they're worth more than 1,000 words. They speak for themselves and they show the facts of what your experience has been. Yeah, I should have checked in and said, hey, do you have pictures you want to share too? Because we can always share here. But we'll just have to have you back another time, and then you'll bring a collection of your different.
Well, I'll tell you what, this might, I don't know if this will show
Yeah, I don't know.
on there or not. Here, you see if that can.
No, it's
Is
too,
that- is
too
it
much
too
light.
bright?
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we can see it. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite the scar. Yeah.
That was 6 weeks ago, and that is
That is now.
Wow. It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've just been thrilled with it.
absolutely. Yeah. Well, and I'm also hearing how, even though you're a little apprehensive, Kyle, to use the gel, that the results have been astounding for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get cuts and with my neuropathy, different places, and my healing is drastically reduced time frame wise.
Mhm.
And I mean, Heidi was gone a couple weeks ago somewhere, and I knocked my foot into something, and I don't even know what it was. And all of a sudden, I had a cut, and putting that gel on my toe, it just healed up way faster than it
Mhm.
used to be anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, and now I can get it pretty well healed up in about 2.
Yeah. So Kyle, I wonder, are you tracking the lab reports that you're getting back?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a fascinating study for me because I've been dealing with my sugars for years, and the triglycerides and the cholesterol have always come along with that.
Mhm.
And so there is a relationship between those three. And the thing that's interesting to me is that our bodies are so biointelligent the way God made us. This material goes where it's needed the most. And in my case, I needed, what's more important? Because our body gets together and has a board meeting amongst, the kidneys, the liver, the major organs, and it decides where things need to go. And so I've experienced that. And obviously kidneys are probably more important than my eyeballs, even though my eyeballs are important, right?
Yeah.
And although I can't speak on tremendous authority there, I just know that I have seen my macular edema in this eye go away. I still had some and still have some here, but I just know overall, not only has this gone from the eye images I got from the eye doctor, but I also know that I'm reading better. And my glasses, my first pair of glasses that I got 20 years ago when I was 40 are the ones that work the best for me now, but they're not fashionable. So my Princess Bride doesn't like for me to wear them.
So what has your doctor had anything to say about your experiences, or your eye doctor included?
Well, you know, I've been talking to him about this stuff for over a year now, and he was flabbergasted at the last round of images he took in May. And so, but I also have one of my associates in my business is an optometrist, and he signed up 2 of his buddies that are optometrists. And so they're monitoring all this and they're amazed. And so, yeah, my doctor wants to see me back in, well, another 4 months now for another exam. And I'm sure it's just gonna be a continued eyebrow raiser, as I say, for him to see the continued improvement that I've experienced. And so we'll just have fun with it.
Yeah, I just want to go ahead and say our disclaimer one more time. Just want to acknowledge that these molecules are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or anything. But what they do is they really provide the signaling power that's needed for the cells to do what the cells do naturally for themselves.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Darleen, do you have a question?
I do, Kyle. You're talking about your eyes. How often do you spray your eyes in the day?
Oh, within the day, I'm only doing it once at this point.
Oh, okay.
But you know, obviously I'm drinking the Redox 12 ounces worth every day anyway. So yeah, I could get more, but I don't, you know, I just haven't. Not that I wouldn't. I personally have my wife spray just because I like it getting right there, and I don't like with an eyedropper. It's just, to me, it's more efficient to just have her spray it right on my eyeball. And
But sister using an eyedropper, she drops it in her eyes. So yeah, you can do it either way.
Yeah.
I suppose if my eyes were worse, I probably would be doing it multiple times a day. But you know, I'm very pleased with what's being accomplished at this point.
Yeah, thank you. And Patricia, if you go ahead and unmute yourself, we'd love to hear your question.
Thank you. I had to readjust because the storm is blowing in and I was outside. So I missed a little bit of what you said, Kyle. I heard you talking about triglycerides, and I was curious because of a friend. Did you ever have really high triglycerides in conjunction with your?
Oh yeah. I've had triglycerides in the 3s and I think even 4s in I would say within the last 3 to 5 years probably. And you know, they're definitely coming down. They're in the I forget exactly right off the bat, but I want to say they're in the upper 100s now. Maybe lower 2s, but certainly not in the 3s like they were. I mean, all my numbers, I mean, I really only have those things I've mentioned, the triglyceride, cholesterol, and the sugars that have been high. And quite frankly, it's just a function of continuing to have more redox, I know there are aspects I've been detoxing here and there. And that's why I say it's fascinating, because this material just goes around your body. And in my case, I've had enough battles with all of the collateral damage from sugars over the years now that it just takes time. And I'm okay with that. And yeah, and so and I am consistent with it. There's no question. I drink 4 ounces in the morning, 4 at noon, and then 4 before I go to bed.
Mhm.
So, you know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that you do that, that you space it out. I've heard from many of those that have been around the block longer than me that when you do it at least every 4 hours or so, that it just provides your body with what it's needing to signal more consistently itself. So that's great.
On that note, when so I drink 8 ounces a day. ASEA does put out packet, you can buy them in pouches. And so I know that that's the amount that I need to drink for one day. And being a teacher, I'll drink some of it in the morning, and then midday when I have a break, and you know, just in order to keep that even for me while I am taking care of children, I will take that pouch and I'll drink some more, and then I'll finish it off at night, which is a great way. If you're drinking 8 ounces, you just know that that's your amount for the day.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a good way to eat.
I like that, especially when I'm traveling.
Yes.
It's easy. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm just love getting to know more about what you guys have been doing, and I'd love to get you to have you come back another time, and we'll just get to stay tuned to see how your journey continues.
Sure.
Sure.
Be happy to. Be happy to.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, I'm going to hand it over to Darleen to wrap things up for us.
Well, thank you very much. That was an amazing testimony about ASEA and how it's changed your lives. And thank you for being here today. And thank you to everyone who has joined in today. I am Darleen Dozier, and I joined the ASEA family just over 6 months ago through my good friend Gloria. It has definitely had a remarkable change in my life overall. My skin is so much better than it used to be, because I used to be a sun worshiper. So I've really appreciated the new skincare line. And then my energy level has improved so much. So I have a little story I want to tell you before I introduce next week. So I kind of had a late morning in the office, and things just kept coming up. And usually I'll head out in the morning and go get my run done, right? So I didn't have time. And then my husband comes in, and it's after lunch already. He goes, "You're not going to go run today?" And I go, "No, I am. I mean, I'm going to go get my run in. That's what I do for the week. I run every day." And so I had taken the energy drink just earlier, and I'd done all my vitamins. And by then, I want to say it was probably 103 out. So I head out, I get my run in. I usually do about 7 25-second bursts on hills is kind of what I'm training and doing right now. And I have to tell you that it barely affected me. I hardly noticed I was in that much heat. Yeah, so I'm going to contribute that to everything I do with ASEA, because if that would have been last year, I don't think I would be telling you the same thing right now. So I just want to tell you it's real, and it does work, and it does help, especially if you're, training or doing any athletic things. I mean, yeah, that was like a big, oh my gosh, did I just do that and not really be affected by that heat? So that's my little story today. But anyway, I want to thank you all for coming today. And if you came on behalf of one of our team members and you like what you've heard today and you think ASEA could help your life, get back in touch with them and they'll help you get started. But I want to talk about, we have another guest speaker next Tuesday, which is August 2nd, and that's at 7 p.m. And that will be on Jerry's Zoom. And that speaker is Bob Priest. He's from Reiner, Virginia. Is everything okay, Gloria?
Yeah, I just realized that was the wrong slide to have had up.
Oh, okay.
So I'm glad you got the correct information.
Okay. Yeah, so Bob Priest is from Reiner, Virginia. He has a background in music education. He's a networker, and he's also been a music store owner. So he's been the owner of a business, and he's garnered many awards for his bands that he's coached and mentored.
He has coached and mentored quite a few. I think he's quite excited about the Redox story. And we will look forward to getting to hear from him next Tuesday. So our technology sometimes works really good for us and sometimes not so great. But I want to thank everyone for being with us today. And we hope to see you next Tuesday night.